So, will we collapse? Will America collapse? We're going to talk about it. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully my sound is good. If you guys can give me a sound check, that would be great. Looks like we've got a lot of people popping in here. I'm going to go ahead and check the chat real quick, get that good morning knocked out. As usual, well, here we go. Doggable first, Hicktown Honey, number 2. My Second Life. I remember you. What do we got here? Excuse me. Macabadeus, Everyday Survival. Good morning to you. Oh, that's new. Let's see here. We got Dana, we got Tefel, Gibbsby, Barb is here, Light Raider, BK. Let's see here. West Virginia Pappy's in the house. Where are we at here? Jordan Teal. Okay, looks like everybody has checked in that is going to check in. We'll give a few more seconds. As usual, guys, if you haven't done it yet, do me a favor, make sure that you like. And if you are not subscribed, to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can get all of the notifications that the YouTubes will allow you to have. Hopefully you guys are liking the new studio. Somebody told me it was too dark, so I've changed my forward lighting and I've added some highlighting in the back. Let me know in the chat if you guys like it. Type 1 if you like it, type 2 if you don't. And if you type 2, I'm going to call you out and say, tell me why, because I definitely want to know. I feel like I could put a few more things on the wall back there, just you know, to kind of even things out. Maybe move that sign over there over just a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. But Dog and Ball, thank you for the 5x5. Good thing my sound is good. I was playing with the intro sound in the very beginning, and looks like my video is starting to chop a little bit, but I am throwing as much data as I can at it. Thank God the sound is good. I honestly believe, guys, it's just the computer. The computer just can only handle so much, and I think I was eyeballing laptops this weekend, and I'm very interested in Hicktown Honey. Put a 3 on there. Good job. Hey, thanks for paying attention and following very simple instructions. In the Marine Corps recruit training, they call that failure to follow simple instructions. Okay, so it appears that the vast majority of you do like the background, so I shall keep it there, and maybe I'll add a few things here and there, that kind of thing. And I do appreciate your input. You know me, I always try to listen and learn. I always try to make sure that I feel as if I'm the dumbest guy in the room. That way I'm always in listening level 1. If you guys don't know what that is, hit me up on the backside, and I will tell you what listening level 1 is. Let's see here. You know what? I need to turn something on. Give me 1 second, guys. I know it's not appropriate etiquette to do that during a live stream, but this was kind of important, so then hopefully it comes on. It's actually another camera receiver that's on the other side of the room that doesn't seem to be receiving very well right now. Anywho, thank you guys all. Thank you guys all for your comments and these hearts. All these hearts are coming out of nowhere. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Once again, if you haven't liked and subscribed, do me a favor and do that. It does draw more people in. It does help the channel out. The channel has been growing, I don't know, maybe 10 people a week. And, you know, I'll take the loyal followers over the millions any day of the week. So the thumbnail from this was the collapse. It has started. You know, good morning, Catitude. Haven't seen you in a while. Anyway, there are many out there that believe that the collapse has actually started because there are lots and lots and lots of signs. As preppers, we do worry, but we don't really stress out over these things that we're seeing. If you're old enough, you will view things as just changes in time. Everything changes. I've been back to places that I went to years ago, and the environment was completely different. It completely changed, and it was a little disappointing because I remember those as being like really good places, that like really good memories that now didn't exist. They only hung out up here in the Brain Housing Group. So sometimes we have to realize that change is good, but change is also inevitable. Now with the possible collapse, I'm going to check a setting over here real quick. With the possible collapse of the United States, basically, if you guys don't know, my primary prep is for economic collapse because it covers pretty much everything short of a tidal wave that is 50 stories tall, or a meteor or asteroid that hits the earth and just kills us all. I mean, you just can't prepare for those things. You don't have the time or the money to dig deep enough to make survival possible in those scenarios. So worrying about them is actually foolhardy. So my major prep is for economic collapse. Now, there are a series of things that actually happen. If you read enough books, everybody has their own theory, and that's not a good sign. I may have to get up again if the camera continues to do that, because it will annoy the crap out of me. But 1 second. All right, that should solve that problem. Okay, so it's a security camera that is wireless, and if it's in the wrong spot, it doesn't. That was its alarm to say, I can't see what's happening. So the security camera is now in a good spot. Okay, so once again, we see series of events that are happening. And some of these things are foretold in different books according to different people's perspectives. There are a lot of historians out there that basically there's 6 stages of the process of collapse. And what's up, Heroic Prepper? Good to see you. Don't recognize you. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And we're currently in the 5th stage, according to some of these historians, people, things like that. Good morning, David. And the 6th stage is war and violent change. So can we avert that? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. But some of the things that I wanted to talk to you about. So do me a favor, guys. If everybody paying attention, unless you're driving, no excuses, no slackers today. What do you think will be the #1 reason for collapse? I've narrowed it down to basically 2 things. And you guys, you could put a 3 if you disagree with what I'm about to say. The first one, do me a favor, and type 1 if you believe it's the economy will cause the collapse. And type 2 if you believe that government overreach that will lead to Americans being completely dissatisfied with their government and taking over again. Type number 2. So once again, type 1 for economic crash, and type 2 for the government overreach. I'll be watching in the chat. I'll be sipping on my coffee. I got my magical coffee mug. People were asking me, my second life, well, you didn't really answer the question. Failure to follow simple instructions. But I think that you answered it without a number. Also, while you guys are typing, whichever it is, number 1 or number 2, people were asking me about stickers as well as hat patches. I am looking into stickers. 1 + 2 + 3. Good to see you, Bob. Bob, I don't like any of these choices. I'm going to pick my own. But yeah, I am looking at these. Are not that difficult to procure. The problem is I don't want I'd like to stick with a single company to do any extra merch. I do have a merch store. If you're interested, there's a link in the description. And I know that recently people, because I added a couple of hats, people have recently been buying them. And so I appreciate you supporting the channel. Let's see here. So we got one. Dog and Ball says 5. Okay, Deborah says immigration crisis. I'm sorry, immigration crisis. We got here. I gotta figure out how to say your name, bro. Maccabeus. I'm just calling you Maccabeus. It's probably means something. Economy, migrant invasion, and foreign influence. Gotcha. Okay. And then we've got number 2s. We got a lot of number 1s. We got a lot of number 2s. And these things, I think these things are all jointly put together, but I'm also seeing that there's a lot of people that it looks like the majority of the answers are number 2. It is a slim majority. I'm not actually counting. I'm just kind of perusing it with my eyeball and scrolling through the text. But Mac is fine. Oh, that's so much easier, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, number 2, government overreach that 1 + 2 equals 3 means both. I got you. Thank you for the scripting class. Let's see here, but yeah, I'm of the opinion that number 2 lately, you know, if we had to throw that up on the threat board, the government has been overreaching. Cat, get off my light. Hey, the cat. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Alan? The light that everybody said was too dark that I have changed, so my skin has a more human tone instead of a blue tone. It's like right over by the camera over here, and the cat found the cable to it, and Prepper Cat, she's like, I think I'm gonna play with that, and so the lamp was like waving back and forth in front of me. Oh, let's see here. Chris, good to see you, bro. I don't recognize you. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you'll be notified. But lately on the threat board, government overreach, guys, and I think we're going to go over a few. I've got about 6 or 7 to 10 different things that we can talk about. And so with that said, I'm going to ask you guys a hard question, okay? The cat's a paid actor. Pause, running away. Did you guys hear the cat? When she runs, it's hilarious on these floors. You can actually hear like... Grandma works the gallery in the mornings. That's what the camera is for. I'm trying to keep an eye on her and see if she actually comes in. Otherwise, I got to go downstairs and open immediately right after this. But when she says, does your dog get happy up there? Because every so often I hear like thump, 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 thump. And I tell her, that's the cat. Let's see here. Suburban Prepper. Hey, Suburban Prepper. I haven't seen you in a while. Society, decay, inflation, military, industrial complex, global depopulation initiatives. See, these are all nouns that you guys are saying. These are all nouns. I'm talking about verbs. Verbs annotate action. Okay, and it's really hard to lock that in a chat. So I've got a couple of them lined up here. So here we go. I just found your channel, Hicktown, and your town, Hicktown, and subscribe. Nice, Mac. Good job. Matter of fact, I haven't looked at Hicktown in some time. I have not been playing around on TikTok in like forever. But anyway. So, okay, so here's the next question. What does the U.S. look like moving forward until we get past the election of 2024, which raises the question. Based on our current situation and the threat board that we've just been talking about, type 1 if you think we will have an election, and type 2 if you think we will not have an election. They'll execute some kind of, executive power, and we're going to be in a state, they'll make an emergency declaration and try and shut things down so that they can control things. So type 1 if you think there's going to be an election, type 2 if you think there's not going to be an election. And I'm waiting, but that's okay. I'll keep talking while I wait, because you guys are not going to be slackers today. That is for sure. I can tell. You guys have been pretty active so far. Where we got here? So okay, so Deborah, Hicktown. Yeah, the number twos are coming in. Number twos are not good. They're always stinky. Let's see. Wow. Okay. So we have optimists. Okay. I like optimists. I prefer people. I'm more of a glass half full kind of guy. But you know what? I'm always prepared to pick that glass up and start drinking it if I have to. Okay, so the numbers are coming in, and there's a lot of people out there that appear to believe that there will not be an election. Now, there's a series of things. Well, I wouldn't say a series of things. It's not really a cascade effect. Most of these armchair warriors and armchair quarterbacks, and I'm trying to think of a good name for them without being mean. But there's a lot of people. They say that people that can do and people that can't teach, or in this particular case, write books. I've read a lot of books where they talk. Hey, what's up, Gisby? These people, they talk directly about a sequence of events, and what they do is they lay them out so that they sound very, very, very logical, so that they're more believable. But history shows that there is no sequence of events. There is no magical math problem that ends in the collapse of the United States. It's going to be one or a series of things. In every single case where a collapse has happened to a nation, there was always one or two things that happened, but they never happened directly on top of each other, and there were never any real economic or geoeconomic signs that said, hey, there's about to be a collapse. In our particular case, it's just things that we are feeling, we are seeing every day. Has anybody noticed? Here, I got one for you. I got one for you while we're doing the 1 and 2 game. Has anybody noticed that the price of gas has gone down significantly in the past week? Type 1 for yes and 2 for no. Here on my side of the world, on the Eastern Shore, gas is now $3.39 at a regular gas station. That is 20 cents cheaper, no, almost 30 cents cheaper from 3 weeks ago. It has dramatically gone down in this last week. I don't know why. I literally had to do a retake on the whole thing, and like, what is going on? So I drove down to the local Rofill where I can get 10 cents off every gallon. If you guys don't know it, that's called a Royal Farms. They're mostly out in the Eastern Shore area. I think they're in other places, but it's sparse. It's sparse. If I use my Rofill card, I get 10 cents off a gallon. So I always get my gas there. But I was like, whoa! And sometimes they'll gimmick people. They'll be like, oh, it's only $3.39 here, and then you get to the Rofill, it's $3.49. But if you use your card, it's $3.39. So they're playing the game, is what they're doing. But in this case, that is not what happened. So it's like, okay, time to get some $3.29 gas at the Rofill. But yeah, the price of gas is going down. Logically, one would say, well, they're getting ready to go to the winter blend, which is cheaper gas. When they switch that over, I'm not exactly sure. I've never really done the science or the research on it. I just know that there's a winter and summer blend. If we are not paying attention to that, we could use that as a sign that something is happening. Is something happening? We don't know. Or maybe they just switched over to the winter blend, which is normally cheaper to produce. So we got to be careful when we talk about the signs, and we have to be careful when we talk about what's happening in the world that would lead to a collapse. I don't really like this chair because it's forcing me to sit up like this. I don't think I really like that. I'm going to try and lean back a little bit here, guys. Let's see here. So, one of the things that is on my list right here is increase in the cost of living. Now, we have all noticed that the prices of everything have gone up. And they even started playing the wage game where, we're going to give you more money, but the cost of everything has gone up exponentially, anywhere from that I've seen 13 to 400%, depending on what the product is that you're buying. So, even though, it's like, oh, the prices are here and you're down here, oh, we're going to give you more money, you give more money. And then it's basically an inflation tax is what's happening, Let's see. Rural Farms is one of my traveling favorites. Oh, Rofo is the shizzle. What's the other one that's like downs? The majority of them are down south. You can like walk in and like burp, 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 order a burrito and then go pay for some stuff and come back and hey, number 12 inside the gas station. I can't remember the name of it, but I really it's not a Go Fast or something like that, but it's very similar to a Rofo, but I think it's actually bigger. So put that in the chat. Let's see here. RC says it's about the same price in Nova, which is Northern Virginia, before and after my trip. I gotcha. I believe that. I believe that. The world doesn't end with a bang, but with a whimper. Okay, okay. 320 is my AO. Gotcha, David. But the increased cost of living, it is really, really starting to get bad. It's really starting to get to the point where people, it's kind of it. I've got the next one is the sheeple will start to realize it's over and panic. We all have friends that either know or don't know that we're preppers. And if there are friends, at some point we have tried to have a conversation with them. If you have tried to have a conversation with one of your friends about preparedness, put a 1 in the chat. If you have tried to have a conversation, you know what? Just put a 1 in the chat, and that way we'll know. Put a 2 if no, you have not, because you're exercising maximum OPSEC at this time. Inquiring minds want to know. But at some point, the sheeple will start to realize that the game is over, and they will panic. It will be very similar to the panic of 2020. 2019, 2020. You know what I'm talking about. You know where we are, so I can't really say those words. And it'll be very similar to that. It'll be the great toilet paper apocalypse. You know, these people that we have tried to speak to will come to you. They'll come to you. They'll be like, "What do I do now?" And it's going to be very difficult to tell them, "Well, you're pretty much screwed. It's pretty much over." You know, I mean, just tell them to go buy toilet paper. Gibbsby says 1 times 10,000. Tefil says no to OPSEC, just no friends. Yes, have no friends and you can have no enemies, and that's not true either. But you know, it looks like everybody predominantly just has tried to talk to people, and some listen and some don't. For those that do listen, hey, that's great. They will be more prepared when the people start to panic. The sheeple are going to freak out because they've spent so much time, and it's also this thing is also coming towards a winter. You know, if this thing comes to a head, it'll come to a head during the winter, and you know, these people have been living through their summer dreams, and have been ignoring preparedness, or have been just ignoring the situation of the world for the entire summer, and are now enjoying the red and brown and gold leaves, and their minds are in a place where the world gets washed out. You know, I currently have a friend who's in the Philippines with her husband, and they are just having the time of their lives. But my guess is that they don't have 10 cans of real food on the shelf, and they know I'm a prepper. They've talked to me about preparedness before, but that is just not their lifestyle, you know. I don't have friends either. It happens. No one's perfect. And it's disappointing because at some point, if the sheep will wake up, they're going to be fighting for resources that the people who prepared already have. So we won't be the number 1 on the target list, but you know, the toilet paper shelves at Walmart definitely will, because those are the things that are important to them. Personally, I still have toilet paper from 2019. Not a joke. it's going to be disappointing. It's going to be something that we will have to deal with. So you're going to need to come up with plans to deal with these people, because there will be, it's like I can't remember. There will be steps or levels levels of panic that these people are going to go through, and so you need to be prepared for all of them. And it will be based on your situation. Now, if you have gone out of your way to prepare a bunch of stuff for a family that you knew were just going to, basically you're double preparing, then good on you. But most people can't afford that. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which that next one leads into this one. Food shortages. In the coming winter, if you think that we're going to have another food shortage like we had in 2019, 2020, type 1 in the chat. If you do not, type 2 in the chat, and we'll take a consensus there. Let's see. I found a customer in North Carolina that is a prepping. His beard gave him away. Okay. Let's see here. Light Raider says, I've told them, don't come empty-handed. Yes. So when, I have a catchphrase. I kind of stole it from another prepper who's on TikTok, and I cannot remember his name, but it's very, very logical and real advice. When you unveil yourself as a prepper to one of your friends, and their response is, well, I'm good to go, I'll just come to your house, then your response should be, you're welcome here, but make sure you bring 3 months of food, water, and ammunition. If not, don't show up. So you could easily spin that around and make it so that they understand that they're not welcome. But if they were part of the team, they would be welcome. So Catatu says farmers can't afford to feed livestock and get here are much smaller. Very true. Bradley says, missed the question. Just getting in. Asked for a notification twice and nothing. I believe it. So the question is, do you believe that food shortages will happen during this winter? And one is yes, and to answer one yes, two no. Where are we at here? And Hicktown said 5 people not immediately close are people I can talk to, and no, there are also slight preppers too. That's great. That's great, because the thing about, if you're just keeping your pantry full, if you're just doing that, then you're so far ahead of the power curve. If you have more than one, when I say case, I mean like what the toilet paper comes in like the 24 or 36 wrap. If you have more than 2 of those, or at least 2 of those, you are so far ahead of the sheeple. It's not even funny. If you went to Dollar Tree and you bought yourself, 5 of those 1 gallon clear water containers, it's got a little strap on top of them, you are 5 days ahead per person of everybody else in Sheepledon, and those are not, and the thing is, it's like, those are very simple preps. They're not perfect, they're not long term, they're not the best choice, but in the end, it's still a choice. It's right up there with lead follower. Get out of the way. Make a decision and move forward. That's all it is. Have some level of preparedness. If you're sitting on empty, when it's like this for the sheeple. If they're sitting on empty when the gas stations close, this is their problem. This is their problem. They can't drive to you and say, you got any gas? Because they're on empty. And our friends need to know that. So let's see here. One for sure, but it will be tapered to the best ability to. Let me make this chat a little bit bigger. There we go. Let's see here. Sounds like Safe Prep. No, it was not Safe Prep. I can't remember. Oh man, that's hilarious to Fel, because I still have Safe Prep is still around here, guys. I just keep forgetting to bring him out of the truck. So maybe I'll bring him up here tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see, due to the fact that it's happening. It will be tapered to their best ability to hide the fact that it's happening. Yeah, Brad. I recommend that people, people have kind of forgotten that one of the things that you can do is just be nice to the people at Walmart. Be nice to the people who work at the grocery stores. Be nice to the people that work in the stores where you buy stuff. And you can just have a friendly conversation with them and just start asking very pointed questions, and they will answer your questions. They have absolutely nothing to lose. Nothing. During that thing that we cannot speak of, I was I made a lot of friends at Walmart, and I would ask them questions, and you could literally go to like the aisle of something like that you wanted. Remember when bottled water was a thing, right? I could go to the bottled water aisle and see that there's nothing there, and then go like over a couple of aisles where somebody's working and say, "Hey, can you show me where the bottled water is?" And Walmart's policy is that they actually take you to that aisle. And then you'd be like, "Whoa, hey, where's all the bottled water?" And she's like, "Oh, we got a truckload coming in tomorrow. It's going out so fast." Well, I mean, is this going to be a problem? Well, it seems like it is, but we're not sure. And they'll just start having these very candid conversations with you about the operations of their store, So do those things. Do those things because, knowledge is power. Stay in the know. This gives you the ability to stay ahead of the problems. Let's see. Doggaball Productions Good Boy Guild. God, the longest name on the planet. I told my friends and family if they want me to help them prep, I would, but if they don't, then don't come to me when things get bad. Solid advice. Solid advice. And back to Bradley's thing about the issue being tapered. Yes, Walmart will. The stores will stack. They will stack the shelves in a manner that it looks like the shelves are still full, but they're not. Let's see here. But the aisle of misfit toys is full. I love misfit toys. Those are the best. Let's see. And it looks like my stream is going from red to green to red to green, which is not totally a bad thing. I mean, I'm watching it on another screen in the background, so it doesn't look like it's super duper bad. And it's only locking up maybe every 10 seconds or 15 seconds, but hopefully the sound is still good. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to one of the other things that could be a sign. We're already starting to see some of this. Let's see. Also, a good idea to use a scanner to listen to Walmart works. Well, yes, you could do that. You could do that. But an even easier way to do that is with a MERS radio. All of these radio frequencies that are used in commercial industry use MERS. And there's only 5 channels. So you could literally walk into Walmart and then turn your MERS radio on with your little earpiece and just walk around for a little while, maybe 10 minutes, and then if you don't hear anything, go to channel 2, so on and so forth. But yeah, they use MERS radios. Let's see here. So another sign that we're starting to see now. Hold on, sir. My second line said, I was a closing manager at a supermarket. People were getting mean. One guy was so furious with the cost of everything that he waited until we closed and approached me walking to my truck. Wow, man, I hope you were strapped and ready to go. I mean, it's getting to that point, guys. I really want to move on to the next subject, but this is kind of important. It's getting to that point where people are going to need to start like open carrying so that people know we're not screwing around, My husband had me leave my job. I'm a homemaker. There you go. 100% people are getting mean, and it is towards the wrong people. Yes, but you have to be at Walmart to pick it up. I don't know where that would also go to scanner. Oh, yes, you have to be at Walmart to pick it up. True. So what you're saying is you want to listen on a scanner someplace else. I think you got to be. I don't think that the radio transmissions are powerful enough. MERS. I actually did a video on MERS, and I don't think you, unless you live nearby and they have ultra strong transmitters. I don't think they have external antennas on the buildings, but I don't think that your transmission would get to a scanner unless you were at Walmart. Anyway, but yeah, people are getting mean. They're getting mean at the wrong people, and it's getting scary because as Americans we are used to a very civilization, and because people are becoming uncivil, even the nicest people are starting to become angry people, and those angry people will get themselves in trouble. And there's this thing that you need to understand about once you've stepped over that line of doing something, between right and wrong, you have, and that's when people become dangerous. They become erratic, and they will do things that they wouldn't normally do. So, some guy approaches you and, he does something stupid. He pushes you. He becomes aggressive towards you. He knows he stepped over that line, and now he only has two choices. He can either back up completely, or he can and just relax, or he can make it worse. And 90% of the time, because they're striving to win, they'll try and make it worse. So, hold on, I just had an emergency phone call. Oh, guys, I run so many things. We're gonna. But people are they're acting stupid, and now getting back on point, one of the things that is already starting to happen, it's based on economics, is people have stopped spending money. The summer is ending. The prices of things are incredibly high right now, and people have stopped spending money. Now, when I say money, I mean they've stopped spending money that's in their pocket, that comes in their paycheck, that is actual, like a greenback that's in their bank account, something like that. They've stopped spending money. And unfortunately, they have started to lean on credit heavily. So I'm trying to figure out, man, I swear to God, I'm surrounded by electrons right now. Walmart doesn't allow open carry, which sucks. It really depends on your state, Mad Max. It really depends on your state. And if you know the laws, you know the laws. I'm not going to question you. But I will say that Walmart in the state of North Carolina does not have these issues. You walk in, you get your stuff, you walk out, no one questions you. It's also the same way here in the state of Virginia. So open carry is open carry, and unless they come right out and say no, you have to go, and it is the policy of the business to not allow it, then you have to leave. Let's see here, but so people have stopped spending money, and unfortunately that means that they've also started to lean on spending with more credit. We have the holidays coming up. People are going to use their credit cards. Unfortunately, they've been using their credit cards through the summer because of high inflation. This is no bueno. Because the interest rates are probably going to go up another quarter basis point. It's going to get worse. The Fed is talking about getting inflation under control by raising the number up to 7%. And that could push us over the edge, because the numbers are never real. The numbers are real. It's on the stickers on the front of the door when you walk in here locally. Yeah, well, like I said, Max, I don't know the particulars of where you live, but there are variables. I just put my shirt over it and move on. I got you. Yeah, there are variables. And you never want to get into a pissing contest with the people who run these places, because they could literally Walmart is notorious for banning people for life, and that is one of the strengths of their business. So, just do what you got to do, man. Just do what you got to do. But anyway, so the interest rates are going through the roof, and people are using credit cards and they're getting themselves in a lot of debt, and they shouldn't be doing this, because if you have to do something because your family's not going to eat, or they're not going to have a roof over their head, or if they're not going to, you know, whatever, the basics, then maybe it's time to get rid of Netflix. Maybe it's time to get rid of, whatever it is. Maybe it's time to start reading more free books from the library, Maybe it's time to get a different cell phone plan. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's time to start looking into your finances so that you don't actually have to go into more debt. That is the worst place you can be. That's why I really like, and I've been, don't get me wrong, guys, I have debt, but I have been 100% debt free as an adult twice in my life. It's incredibly freeing. It's an incredibly powerful experience. And if you can stay out of debt, then you're golden. You're golden. So, okay, for those people that are just spending crazily, going wacko on Amazon with their credit card, out the wazoo. By the way, if you're that person, do me a favor. I have an Amazon store. There's a link in the description. Go buy some proper stuff. Don't waste your money. If you're going to go into debt, then hook a brother up. I could make 3 cents every time you spend $5. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one because we've kind of pitted out a little bit on the other things. The next one is mass layoffs, guys. Mass layoffs. They're already happening. They are already happening. Between computer assistants or computer-assisted hardware, robotics, and artificial intelligence, there are many jobs that are being priced right out of the job market. And they're huge companies, where we got IBM, Apple, AT&T, CVS. There's a massive combination of things that are happening already that are causing mass layoffs, which means the companies are planning to lay people off. They are laying the groundwork so that people are not surprised. There are actually companies out there that are daring people to quit so that they don't have to worry about the unemployment issues that they would have to, basically unemployment checks that they have to pay when they fire someone. Layoffs are dirty. I think layoffs are dirty pool because there's types of layoffs where you're not fired but don't come to work, and that forces the person to quit. And when they do, then they're not eligible for unemployment benefits. So those things are already happening, guys. And we can expect more of them. It used to be this time of year, businesses started to hire more people because of the holiday season. They wanted more people on staff, short-term work for holiday season. People kind of depended on that. Now that's not happening, and it's not happening because everybody's buying all their crap on Amazon, Temu. What is it? There's a couple others out there. Hold on a second, guys. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to push a button here that I only reserve for certain emergencies, and hopefully you like it.
It's intermission time, folks, so hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies, everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 5 minutes. The show starts in 4 minutes. The show starts in 3 minutes. The show starts in 2 minutes.
Okay, so sorry for that, guys. Hopefully you liked the intermission there. It's one of several that I found. I always really enjoyed having those particular things happening. I've got a little situation going on in the gallery right now that I have to go take care of. And yeah, well, I'm going to have to go ahead and cut this short. It's not that bad. It's only about 15 minutes shorter than normal. As usual, guys, if you like what I'm doing, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for all the comments. It really does help in the chat ratio. If you're interested in supporting the channel, there are several links below where you can either become a Patreon, you can do something from the merch store. There's a lot of links. There's a lot of choices down there. If you do decide to do that, thank you up front. I appreciate every little penny that you guys put towards the show. All right, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow. And as usual, stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. I've got to go take care of some stuff. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.